Hello everyone. Today we will look at the divisibility of numbers. What is our objective today? We will be able to remember the rules of divisibility using patterns. We have already learned how to find the divisibility patterns for 2, 3, 5, 6 and 10 in our previous lessons. You can always watch the videos to understand how we found the divisibility rules of these numbers. Today, we will look at the divisibility rules for 4, 8, 9 and 11. So what is divisibility? When we can divide a number by another number without leaving a remainder, we say that the number is divisible by the divisor. So this is how the dividend, divisor and remainder looks in a division. So we are trying to find out whether a dividend is divisible by the divisor, which means that the remainder will be 0. Again, we have described this properly in the videos for the previous lessons. Why are we looking at divisibility rules? So, we can always divide a very big number and find out if we can divide it equally between other numbers, or we can take a shortcut. We can find the rules of divisibility, which will make it easier for us to find out if a big number is divisible by any of these numbers we are looking at. Let us quickly revise the divisibility rules of 2. If the last digit of a number is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8, that is an even number, then the number is also divisible by 2. So these are some of the examples of the numbers which are divisible by 2 and which are not. We have to check the last digit of the number. The divisibility rule of 3. We add the digits of the number. That is the first thing we have to do. If the sum of the digits is divisible by 3, then the number is also divisible by 3. So we are looking at the number 21693. We add up all the digits, which is 21. Is 21 divisible by 3? Yes. We get a remainder of 0. Also 21 is in the 3 times table. So because 21 is divisible by 3, that is why 21693 is also divisible by 3. Next, the divisibility rule of 5. If the last digit of a number is 5 or 0, then the number is also divisible by 5. So, you can see in the examples the numbers which will be divisible by 5 and which will not be. The divisibility rule of 6. If a number is divisible by both 2 and 3, then it is divisible by 6. So what do we have to do to find out if a number is divisible by 6? First, we have to find out if the number is divisible by 2. We look for the same rule as we did for finding the divisibility of number 2. Is the last digit an even number or 0? That is the first check. Then we check if the sum of all the digits is divisible by 3 or not. For example, in 27981, the sum of all digits is 27, so it is divisible by 3. But the last digit is not an even number, so it is not divisible by 2. So 27981 is not divisible by 6. Next, look at the number 27972. This we can see that the last digit is even, which means it is divisible by 2. Also, the sum of all digits is divisible by 3. So the number is also divisible by 6. Divisibility rule of 10. If the number ends with 0, then the number is divisible by 10. Again, in the examples, you can see the numbers which are divisible by 10 and which are not. Next, we will look at the divisibility rules for the numbers 4, 8, 9 and 11. What is the divisibility rule of 4? So like 2, we start checking if the last digit is an even number. It has to be 2, 4, 6, 8 or 0. If the last digit is an even number or 0, then we check if the last two digits are divisible by 4 or not. Also, if the last two digits are 0, then also the number is divisible by 4. So for example, 7428. The last digit is 8, which is an even number. So we check if the last two digits are divisible by 4. So I divide 28 by 4 and I get a remainder of 0. So 28 is divisible by 4 and 7428 is also divisible by 4. Next, we will check the divisibility rule of 8. Like 2, we will start by checking if the last digit is an even number or 0. If it is an even number or 0, then we will check the last three digits of the number, whether it is divisible by 8 or not. Also, if the last three digits are 0, then also the number will be divisible by 8. Example, 7864. The last digit is 4, which is an even number. So, we will continue checking the last three digits. So 864, we divide it by 8 and we get a remainder of 0. So this means that 7864 is also divisible by 8. Next, we will look at the divisibility rule of 9. Like 3, we will start by summing up all the digits in the number. If the sum of all digits is divisible by 9, then the number is also divisible by 9. Example, 367281. If we sum up the digit sum is 27. Is 27 divisible by 9? If we divide 27 by 9, we get a remainder of 0, which means 367281 is also divisible by 9. Next, we will look at the divisibility rule of 11. This is fun. We will start looking at a number from the right. Example, 2728. So what is the number on the right? It is 8. We start from 8. Then we add all alternate digits. Alternate means we skip the digit and then add the digit after it. The alternate digits in this number are 8 and 7. So we add up the alternate digits and we get 15. Next, look at the digits which we did not add, which is the second digit from the right, and look at the alternate numbers. So the alternate numbers are 2 and 2. We add them and the sum is 4. After this, we will subtract the smaller number from the bigger number. So 15 minus 4 is 11. And 11 is divisible by 11. So 2728 is also divisible by 11. Let us look at another example. 31415. We start looking at the number from 5 and go left. What are the alternate digits? 3, 4 and 5. So we add them all together and we get 12. So which digits are left? The second digit from the right and alternate numbers. So they are 1 and 1. We add them up, it becomes 2. After this, we will subtract one of the numbers from the other. So we subtract 2 from 12, we get 10. Is 10 divisible by 11? No. So 31415 is also not divisible by 11. So this is how we do the divisibility rule of 11. Next, this is something for you to practice. Using the divisibility rules of 11, can you find out if these two numbers are divisible by 11 or not? You can pause the video and work on the problem. Once you are finished, you can come back and start watching the video again. So how did we do it? 1091541. We start looking from the right and add the alternate digits. So 1 plus 5 plus 9 plus 1, which is 16. And which are the digits which are left? The alternate digits from the second digit on the right, which is 4 plus 1 plus 0, which is 5. So we now subtract 5 from 60 and we get 11. Is 11 divisible by 11? Yes. So this big number is also divisible by 11. Let us look at the next example. 41425. We start from the right and add up the alternate digits. 5 plus 4 plus 4, which is 13. Next, we add up the alternate digits from the second number on the right. 2 plus 1 is 3. Now, we subtract the two numbers. 13 minus 3 is 10. Is 10 divisible by 11? No. So, 41425 is also not divisible by 11. Finally, you will give this test to help with your understanding of divisibility of numbers.